Coach, what's your reaction to the news that Kobe has signed a 3-year extension?
Good news.
Does it change your perspective at all about your future and potentially coming back next year?
Not really. I expected that Kobe would sign again here. It's a logical choice. It's a good choice for him and the organization.
Phil, you've got a sense of what's going on. Do you think this was in the cards a long time ago?
I'm sure that the organization wanted him to continue and would like to have him, spend his whole career here.
Was it your sense that Kobe wanted to be here?
Now at least that
I figured into it anyway. I mean, it was, that's what I expected. So that's a known entity. I think it doesn't change my decision at all.
It's a different time now with players in that they have choices. Back when you were in the league, there wasn't the free agency movement or free agency opportunity that there is now. In general, do you think do you like the way the NBA kind of stacks the deck for the incumbent, that the home team can pay more money than the others?
Well, it really ensures you that the investment that you've made on a player, and a lot of investments in this day and age is on potential, not productivity. The investment that you've made in hoping that a player would come to fruition for an organization can stay with that team that's seeded that money and brought this young star along or whatever. With Kobe, production's been his thing. He's been a very productive player, and this is just return.
What's Kobe going to have to do to give full return on that investment as he gets older? He'll be 35 at the end of this contract. How does he maintain the level of output that's worthy of this type of money?
Well, that has never seemed to have been an issue with him. He's always thrown his heart and soul into his play, into his effort. He needs to actually take a summer off and really respond to the recuperative powers that he needs, and then regenerate that energy again mid-August next year and start over again. But he needs the real break between this season and the next one. But he is by far one of the hardest working athletes that I've ever been close to, and he's done a terrific job maintaining this. To sustain this over the years, he's got to do more of the playmaking, more of the jump shooting, less of that crash ball. It has been one of the things that no one's going to stop me from getting to the basket attitude that he's had, which has been a great attitude, and at times a necessary thing for a team when you can't hit shots, things aren't going well for you. You've got to have something to get to the rim, and that's always been a challenge he's always accepted.
So in a lot of people's minds, he's still, like the untamed, whatever he was, 22-year-old that you took over. Can you talk about the difference between him now and then?
Well, now he measures the game. I think at that time he wanted to put an imprint on the game. And at this point in his career, he knows how to measure games so that, if the team's indecisive, he takes the leadership role. If the guys are decisive and active, he sits back and waits his opportunity to put the game either at rest or, give the efforts necessary to get a win. And that's one of the things that's been remarkable about his last 3-4 years.
Do you understand why he's regarded so skeptically by so many people?
I don't know those people. I mean, I'm not aware of those people. I mean, there are always going to be naysayers out there, but I think most generally people are recognize his influence on this game.
You've talked about the results of this postseason going a long way in deciding your future, but knowing that this core group will be around for 4 or 5 years, would you like to see this core group through?
No. I'm not going to buy into anything in 3 or 4 years in that kind of a situation. I just don't think that that's in the cards at all. But I can look at a season 1 year at a time right now and feel comfortable with a commitment that I can generate maybe enough energy to get through another year, or push the team hard enough as a coach to get them through a year. But when you talk about those long-term things, there's got to be a change here in the near future. That there's a successive coach that is able to deal with these players and help them on in their game.
Phil, stabilizing Kobe, does that get the squad a little more stable, a little more hungrier for the playoff run?
I don't think it's going to have anything to do with our present situation. Obviously for Kobe, it's got to be an incentive. It's got to be a great day. It's an incentive. I wouldn't be excited about that. But this, puts this organization with, 6 players now that we have coming back next year under contract. It's a long ways from a 12-man squad, but still, the core group pretty much is there, and that's a very important factor.